Pardon me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon. Excuse me. Just get through here. Thank you. Excuse me. Pardon. I just need to squeeze through here just a little bit. Just, sir, excuse me.
All right, I know it's a big coat, but it's warm, and that's what's important. You know, sometimes we take for granted how important it is to maintain your body temperature. I mean, we sacrifice warmth for fashion, which can be an extremely dangerous thing.
When you find yourself outdoors on a cold winter's day, you'll soon realize the greatest danger to you is not an avalanche or a wild animal. It's the loss of your body heat. Our bodies are very particular when it comes to temperature. You see, our day-to-day existence, breathing, eating, walking, thinking, depends on a series of intricate chemical reactions inside our body. These reactions depend on a certain temperature to happen. 37 degrees Celsius or 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
This is what's known as our ideal core body temperature. Now, a drop in this core temperature of as little as 5 degrees Celsius or 9 degrees Fahrenheit can lead to a life-threatening condition known as hypothermia.
Hypothermia can be difficult to recognize in its early stages. The victim will begin to act unusually withdrawn, irritable, and confused. Their speech will become slowed and slurred. Their vision will become impaired, their movements uncoordinated. It's as if they're drunk. If the victim continues to lose body heat, they will eventually lapse into unconsciousness. Their breathing will eventually stop, along with their heart.
Hypothermia occurs when the body is unable to produce heat as fast as it's being lost. Now, our bodies lose heat in several ways.
Wind currents can penetrate your clothing, pushing out warm air, leaving cold air in its place. Moisture is another notorious heat robber. Any kind of moisture, even your own perspiration, will literally suck heat away from your skin as it evaporates. Simply sitting on the ground or touching something cold can rob you of body heat. Heat will also escape from uncovered skin, especially the head, neck, and hands.
Luckily, we have a couple of built-in mechanisms to help defend against the loss of body heat. One method is known as vasoconstriction.
This is when the blood vessels near the surface of the skin constrict, reducing the amount of heat that is lost from the blood through the skin. The other defense mechanism against heat loss is shivering. Shivering is caused by the rapid contraction of muscles in the body. Each muscle contraction produces heat. In fact, shivering can increase heat production by up to 400%. However, shivering is a temporary measure. It takes energy. And once you exhaust all your energy, you run the risk of hypothermia.
The only effective way to battle the loss of body heat during cold weather is proper clothing. Now, historically, we've tried to maintain our core body temperature by bulking up with layers of wool and furs.
Materials like fur and wool keep in body heat in two ways. First, they don't conduct heat very well, so body heat can't flow away from the skin. Second, the fibers trap pockets of air, which act as a second barrier to heat loss. However, these garments tend to be rather bulky.
Luckily, due to advancements in fabric construction, we have lightweight clothes that will also keep us from losing our body heat. Fabrics like Gore-Tex.
Gore-Tex fabric has revolutionized winter wear. It's lightweight, able to withstand the most severe rain and snow, and is very good at keeping in body heat. How does it do all this? Well, Gore-Tex is made up of microscopic pores. The pores are small enough to keep water molecules out, but large enough to let perspiration vapor escape before it condenses into sweat and sucks heat away from your skin.
But it's not only what fabrics you wear, how you wear them is just as important. Now, you've probably heard the term layering before. Well, layering is just the successive use of layers of clothing to retain body heat. The idea is simple. With each layer of clothing worn, you create another pocket of trapped heat. Layering is proven to be a more efficient and controllable method for retaining body heat than wearing a large, bulky jacket. However, for layering to work, you have to be very careful what materials you use. Let's start with underwear. It's a necessity for modesty, but also a great way to maintain body heat. But if you're thinking of cotton as a choice for underwear, think again. Cotton is very good at absorbing water and holding it next to the skin. Not good. What you need is a garment that won't absorb water, but will instead pull water away from the body, a process known as wicking. Synthetic fibers like polyester or nylon tend to do the trick. Next is the middle layer. This layer is known as the insulating layer. The main job of this layer is to trap warm air next to the body. Materials such as down, wool, and pile are the most common. They're very good at trapping air to provide insulation. Finally, we have the outer layer, and that's where Gore-Tex comes in, with its ability to withstand the elements, yet breathe. Layering is especially effective when you're active outdoors because it gives you more precise control over your body temperature so you don't overheat and begin to sweat. But if you're just standing around, nothing beats a heavier garment like a good old down coat.
Hey, Mike, look over here.
What?
Oh, Mike, you and that big coat, man.
I'm sorry. Here, let me help you out. Here.
Put flashing lights on that thing.
But it's warm.